is king in the modern lifestyle. That is why app-based services are a must-have tool for people on the go. This mindset can also be applied to weddings, and yes, there is an app for that.
There's an app for that. Now, no, they won't search for your bride or your groom, but there's other apps for that too. But an army of vendors, retailers, and experts are at your fingertips to fulfill your dream wedding. Here to introduce us to the Bridestory app, we have in the studio Mr. Emil Etienne, Bridestory's Chief Operating Officer. Emil, welcome to the studio. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you for bringing your app to the Philippines. This will help a lot of bride-to-bes. So first of all, please tell us where the concept came from.
So the concept came from my partner and CEO, Kevin.
Okay.
When he was getting married, he went through the entire process of finding vendors, and it was very painful. And previously to that, he actually operated a digital agency.
Okay.
So he did advertising, and what he noticed is that many vendors are very good at what they do, but they really have no idea how to market their services online.
Because normally these are small-time businesses,
Correct,
like
correct.
you know, making invitations or flowers, things
Correct.
like that. Yeah.
I think about 60 to 70% of most wedding vendors are part-time. So aside from their full-time job, and the other ones, even when they are full-time, usually they're not that good with SEM, doing digital advertising.
Yeah, okay.
So we came up with the concept of providing that service to vendors.
Okay.
At the same time, brides-to-be usually are using like Pinterest to find inspiration, but the inspiration that they find, right, is not, it's perhaps from the US or it's from somewhere else. So we thought, what if we can bring that into an app, and in the app, you find the perfect wedding inspiration that vendors locally provide.
Okay. How does this change the landscape, and what was your gut feel as a group to say that people would rather do this digitally than rather than going to, let's say, I don't know about in Indonesia where you guys came from, but started this in the Philippines, there are bridal fairs.
Right.
And, you know, the brides would love to, first of all, to drag their fiancés. Come on, we gotta go.
Correct.
And they gotta look at every little thing and every little vendor and see what they have, from video to the flowers, the invitations, all this and that.
Yes.
So how would that change the physical aspect of seeing a bridal fair compared to seeing it digital?
I don't think they will per se change, but I think this is more supplementary. It's complementary.
Right. Okay.
So you know, usually when people do is like late at night, if there's no fair, they still go online. They look at beautiful weddings. They try to find a wedding dress inspiration. Then they still go to the fair. This basically just allows them to be more selective in which particular vendor they might want. Also, don't forget that many bridal fairs do not allow all wedding vendors to be there, or they have a certain capacity.
Yes.
So if you want to find hidden gem among wedding vendors, then like going to Bridestory or similar apps is the way to go.
How big has Bridestory grown into, and what are the features that can be seen in the app?
Correct. So we have actually two apps. One is for the business side, for wedding vendors, in which they can manage their business on the go.
Okay.
Because a lot of these vendors also, when they're in weddings, they don't have time to sit behind a laptop. And so by using our app, they can communicate directly with brides-to-be that are using the user app. From the user app perspective, we are growing very rapidly. We currently have about 500,000 unique brides that use Bridestory every month.
Wow.
And by using the app, they can find more information about the vendors, their inspiration, read more reviews about the vendors, contact them directly.
Okay. Are these the amount of women that are already engaged, or this could be people who are women who are just dreaming of their dream wedding already, you know, ahead of time, and they want to make their plans?
I think it's a combination of both, but I mean, usually when people get married, they still look at wedding websites or the app that we have. They leave reviews about their previous wedding, what was their experience.
Right.
But majority is actually people that are looking to get married.
Okay.
Yes, I'm actually checking out their website right now. It's, by the way, bridestory.com.ph.
Correct.
And there are features like bridal catering, dance and choreography, entertainment,
Dance and choreography,
flowers, hair and makeup, health and beauty, invitations, jewelry. There are so many things. And I think the most favorite of the users of all, the inspiration board, where you can compile everything. Tell us more about this.
So we figured, I mean, a lot of people, when they actually do their, when they create their own wedding board, they save pictures to their desktop, right?
Right.
So we figured, like, since we have all these millions of pictures of all these wedding vendors, and these wedding vendors upload all these images onto our app, why don't we create a pin board that they can use to basically create their perfect wedding pin board?
And then when they look at it, it's a nice big picture of what the basic look and feel will be right there.
Correct.
Basically, it's like the scrapbook that little girls make, and now it's digital, right?
Yes, exactly.
How will this work for a couple? Will both the future bride and future groom have access to one account, or should they just share? I mean, how does collaboration work in this sense, or does the bride have the keys to the car?
I think they have the keys to the car.
Yeah.
They pretty much always do.
They do. I can see you're married, right?
Yes, I am.
I think the husbands-to-be don't care about this app, or maybe, you know, for all the
I
future
think they
husbands
like
out
it
there.
because it's less of a headache. I mean, you know, you don't have to go all over the place to check out this place and that. I mean, when I got married, this was a long time ago, there were not that many private pairs yet. So we had to literally drive to this place or that place to check out this place, check out this person. So
I guess this will make their lives easier as well. They can just refer this app or the website to their fiancé, and then that's it. That's their whole contribution to the wedding.
What's the feedback you've got from the vendors? I mean,
in the Philippines,
for 2 ways you're trying to help out the bride and the vendors as well.
Right. The feedback we've gotten is very positive, even though we only launched September last year in the Philippines, and it's only recently that we're actually setting up our office here. The feedback has been very positive in the sense that a lot of our vendors are already getting inquiries through our website. Some of them have gotten clients already, and in the end, we want to help quality wedding vendors grow their business through Bridestory. At the same time, for the brides who are looking for inspiration, we want to provide quality vendors that they can reach out to. So the feedback that we've gotten is very positive, and we hope to be the #1 market leader in weddings in the Philippines within the first year.
How can potential vendors out there watching right now contact you or be part of the Bridestory family?
It's very simple. You simply go to the website. So you have bridestory.com.ph, from where you can register as a vendor. Afterwards, you can also register. You can download the app. So it's very simple. It takes only 5 minutes.
Really? How does the process go? I mean, how does one become a vendor in the app? Is there a screening process? I mean, how do you validate the legitimacy of the vendor?
We make it as easy as possible, but also not that easy, because we have to safeguard the brides that come and use Bridestory. So whenever anyone can create a free account as a vendor. What we would then do is we would verify the phone number. We would verify if this is a real person. Our customer support would call them as well. Then also the content that they upload on Bridestory, we have to screen to make sure that it meets our quality standards. And then we assign a business manager to every single wedding vendor. And this business manager then makes sure that this is a real legitimate business, they're constantly in operation, etc.
When you do grow in number and the amount of vendors and options you have, how will you make it easier for the brides to filter through this? Like, for example, I'm imagining a physical fair.
Correct.
Probably like 100 or so booths. That's just, you know, they can go through that in a day, but digitally you can have way more than that. How can they filter through the noise and say, okay, I want to work with this budget and work with this kind of thing? What's the features that they make it user-friendly, basically?
Perhaps I can show it to you as well.
Okay.
If you like.
Sure, I'll hold it up for you. Okay. And then we'll put it to this camera. Okay.
So you have different features where you can look at. You have you can filter by category. You also have a color selection. So you can select what color that you want. You know, if you want to have a white wedding, you want to have a red theme. You can use all these things, and then you can also select by country. So some people, just because they're planning to get married and they're Filipinos, they might want to get married in Boracay. They might want to do their pre-wedding photo shoot in Singapore, for which they might require different vendors. Or Indonesians who look to get married here, so they can use the app to find all the information here.
And even for their budgets, for example, they're looking for this flower arrangement. Could there be some filtering through that, or it's basically what kind of flowers you provide?
What you can also do is you can select by your budget. So you can select by your budget. I want to have this type or.
Awesome. So really can save you so much time.
Yes, exactly. I mean, right now, even if I don't even have a boyfriend, I want to go through the app and plan my own wedding. And I know a lot of girls out there share the same
I can imagine.
Because of the many features that it provides.
So it's live right now. The website's live in the Philippines, so is the app. Go ahead and invite the brides-to-be and the vendors out there as well. Go ahead.
So I would invite anyone to please, download the app, as well as for wedding vendors. I think that we provide a very good inspirational platform for you to find your perfect wedding vendor.
All right, Emil, Etienne, thanks for joining us, and we're looking forward to hearing and seeing stories from the brides, happy brides,
awesome.
who will cater to your services and your help. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, meanwhile, this is